More dialogue. There's a lot of it. Take your pick on where to start, but speak to literally everyone.
Because starting dialogue, I'm just gonna come over here, talk to the computer first. Yes.
Lord Captain, the machine spirit of this mechanism slumbers. Should you wish to awaken it, use the key of your blood.
Place your hand inside the servitor's maw.
Nom 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 nom.
Ow, that hurts.
The sacred mechanism is awake and ready to receive your request, Lord Captain.
Pascal has informed me that the system has encrypted data stored inside. I wish to know its contents.
Bloop blarp. Whew. Stuff.
Stuff is going on.
The machine spirit has discovered numerous critical errors. The data is damaged. Registering an intact segment, the machine spirit has spoken. The worlds of Kiavagama and Dargonis hold certain data repositories. The mechanism is ready to provide the rogue trader with data keys that can unlock said repositories.
What data repositories?
That remains hidden. The encrypted databank belonged to the esteemed Theodora von Valancius. She was the only one who could have known about these repositories. Perhaps the former Ingenseer Prime could also have known. Omnissiah accept his code. If I were to propose a hypothesis, it would be most prudent of a figure as eminent as a rogue trader to store her classified data in receptacles most secure.
How do I accept these keys that you were talking about?
Blarp blarp. They will be transferred to you by means of an Elect-2 hypodermic tattoo. Put hand in mouth.
Tattoo?
Billy.
Okay. Can you tell me anything else about these caches?
Burp. The Omnissiah favors you. The machine spirit is willing to commence the calculation procedure that could restore last data.
Restore the data located on Dargonis.
Data restored. A single phrase. Litanies of the motive force. That is all it was able to salvage.
I am interested in the cache on Kiavagama.
Blessed are they Omnissiah's deeds. Kiavagama repository. Security system guarding it. The machine spirit has recovered a code that will allow you to disable the defenses.
I have other things I need to ask you. Have the tech priest of the Adeptus Mechanicus been able to discern how the ship was able to start her warp engine?
It is no doubt that it was a miracle sent by the Omnissiah as a manifestation of his will, yet the Ingenseer Prime managed to perceive new logical connection within the streams of data. I am not privy to this connection, but the Ingenseer Prime will surely share this newly discovered knowledge with you in a detailed report.
Alright. Thank you. Goodbye. I have no clue who that was.
Random Ingenseer, IH 630.
I'm going to go talk to Adira now. Have you recovered from your encounter with the false Theodora?
I'm not going to lie. I haven't. Maybe I never will. But I'm not hearing random voices anymore. And I haven't been calling anyone from the other side. No. All that's done with. After what you did for me, I can't let you down again.
Very well, Adira.
What you did being, allow her not to die.
Stop Argenta from killing her.
In fairness,
3 times you try to kill her.
She was in the right.
She's a valuable member of the team.
That was literally conjuring a demon that killed however many people.
You make a good point. Very well, Adira. We will hope for the best.
Yes, sir, Lord Captain. We will.
Maybe I should have let her just kill Adira. then I wouldn't have all the companions. I have learned that there are caches left by Theodora somewhere on Dargonis and Hiabagama. Do you know anything about them?
Me? Not a clue, Lord Captain. I don't know who Lady Theodora would have told about a thing like that, but it definitely wasn't me. Why would you whisper that to me now? Why?
I think she knows something.
Lord Captain, I don't know anything about caches or Lady Theodora's secrets, but the voices have just reminded me about something. I was once given the chance to try some real wine. Lady Theodora gave me some. Not just any old synthetic booze, but her favorite plonk. She always drank it in her palace. It was golden in color, and its name was Flame of Purity. A silly name, but the flavor was so intense, and like nothing I'd ever tasted before or since. Apologies. It's probably not important, but I don't know anything more than that.
Just noticed there's an option to just kick her off the ship. Despite everything. But that's fine. I'll just take my leave. Later, Adira.
Of course. Always at your service. Whenever you need me.
Is there anyone that you recommend going to go talk to? No, I'm just going to come talk to Yerlet, since I haven't talked to her yet. Strange and blasphemous things have started happening during the first warp voyage with you on board. The crews are whispering that you may be the reason. Is this true?
The minions of She Who Thirsts could
You weren't
sense
waiting on
my
me, were you?
soul behind the thick walls and thin veil that separate your
I said a couple things to you,
lives from
that's
the
all.
roiling fury outside. A child of Asurian that dared to wander beyond
I went
the
to grab
veil,
some sliders I made before this.
in the reach of an outstretched claw, protected only by the barrier of unreliable monkey technology. It is too tempting a quarry for the monsters that serve Cylon Thresh.
Wait, Cylon Trust?
It's Slanesh. The Eldar have different words for things.
No, but this is the first time I've actually heard it pronounced and not just written out.
It's Sai.
Our ships never venture beyond the veil. And I never traveled the way you do, monkey. Ilantak, I admit this was a novel experience. I lost composure, let dismay into my heart, and almost strayed from the path. This moment of hesitation drew the attention of She Who Thirsts. But I summoned my will and used the knowledge of meditation to achieve balance, and hide my soul behind an impenetrable wall of resolve. Future journeys beyond the veil will still be difficult, but I will steel my heart and not let the hounds of Cylon Thresh pick up my scent ever again.
How long ago did she finish talking?
Not very.
Cool. What follows a buzz with rumors about Xeno ravaging the sector? Do you think it could be your kin from Kidarach?
Is that snake venom seeping from your lips? We, the children of Azurian, are no strangers to the art of war. We are not raiders, or butchers, or least of all, fools. When a craft world is beset by
I smell
calamity,
lies.
its inhabitants do not start a war with every monkey in the sector.
I smell lies.
If you are looking for enemies, look for them elsewhere.
I'm pretty sure that one lady hated us specifically because we weren't Aldari and were part of the Monkey. What happened to your homeworld?
They preach understanding, yet they treat us like
It's a
ants.
mystery as inscrutable as the sigh of the last immortal. As deep as the waters of a
Well, they're
dark
not
ocean.
exactly wrong, because we just
And
call
I
them
could tell you
Xenos.
little, for I was far away.
Because they treat us like
with my
ants.
unit.
You call
We
everything
returned
that's
at
not us
midnight hour,
Xenos.
but we did not find Kruderach in its celestial harbor. It happened many journeys
All
ago.
their things are evil
More
and
standard
banned
years, as you
because
say.
they're not human.
But I remember that moment as if it happened this very
Sir, I'll
day.
remind you that they literally mind
The
control the
memory
people of
a
Janus.
loss is always stronger than the memory of a gain.
I forgot about
Especially
that.
when you lose something as significant as a home.
Thank you for bringing
or
it to
an
my attention.
entire world.
I have no clue what she was talking about.
We searched. We called out. We looked everywhere. But we saw only emptiness and the echo of calamity. Countless days passed before I found myself on the Lilithon and met some of my kin. Those refugees who had barely managed to reach our ancestral planet. Their stories were far from being the fruit of truth I so badly craved. Those who agreed to talk to me were few, for most saw me as a wayward daughter who had spurned the honorable paths. And they would not stop babbling about the terrible disease that spread black tendrils of pain over the paths of the Infinity Circuit and deadened our world one segment after another. The ones who survived fled in fear and wandered between the stars, until the Lilithon's warm light reached out to some of them. Some, like Muaran, lay the blame entirely on Monkey. However, I do not know the truth, but I hope, I desperately hope and pray to the gods that someday it will be revealed to me.
Do they have a name for the Drukhari that's different from Drukhari?
I can't recall at this time.
Okay. What is an Infinity Circuit that you seem to care about?
They will say things like Dark
Idle
Cousin and things like
curiosity
that.
a defining feature of the Monkey? Or are you trying to learn about the weaknesses of my people so you can destroy another world of the children of Asurion? Forgive me, Elentark, but I am not ready to immerse you in the font of my people's deepest mysteries.
I feel like she hates me.
No. They're not good at peopling. To say the least.
Will all Adari carry these crystals called Spirit Stones? Can you tell me what they are?
You are talking about something you cannot comprehend, Elentark.
Not good at peopling
Waystones
is
are
a
not
good
mere
descriptor,
trinkets worn
I
by my
feel.
people. They are something greater. From birth until the last breath, the Spirit Stone belongs only to its owner, serving as an ever-present reminder that we are mortal. For it is the first refuge of the mind and the last refuge of the soul, which Silent Thresh is so eager to devour. The souls of the children of Asurion move into the stones after death, and then they become a part of the Infinity Circuit on a craft world, so they can serve their people even when the body is gone. There is no crime more despicable than harming a Waystone and dooming the immortal soul of a child of Asurion to an eternity of torment in the maw of she who thirsts. We need Waystones as desperately as darkness needs starlight, and Monkey need air. And so we are bound to wander the galaxy in search of the old worlds that might give another craft world hope for existence. Each Monkey's heart is one of your lives. Each Waystone is the preserved soul of a child of Asurion.
How much of this is actually important? That it's not just lore things.
It's best just to go through it. Because sometimes it branches into an actual thingy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What was your world like before it fell? I know you said it destroyed by the monkey.
In your language. It can only be sung, encased in a filigree of sounds, a melody as complex and delicate as the Infinity Circuit, its energy network. It can be seen in the golden hues of sunlight, felt in the breath of celestial winds. Though it was an artificial world, it was just as alive as any real planet. But I must see clearly. Not only light, but also shadows. I yearn to remember only Krudarok's beauty, but it had a dark side too. My world was isolated for too long. Like a lake of stagnant water. There was no movement or renewal, and even the sweetest outbursts of life soon turned fetid. Who knows? Who knows? Had there been no stagnation, had our elders not been so blind in their dogmatism and our youth lacking courage, then perhaps Krark would still be alive even now?
How do your crosswords even work? Sounds like you make them from
Is idle
scratch.
curiosity a defining feature of the monkey?
No, I can't tell you things. Verbatim. We'll speak on it later.
Forgive me, Elentark, but I am not ready to immerse you in the font of my people's deepest mysteries.
I just want to know what you are, so we can not call you Senna.
You're an Eldari. They also gave you a specific name.
They gave me a specific name.
Her name. You're let something something make syllables.
I do not remember it. I don't think I should be able to remember it.
Well, something like Yearliet of blah 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 blah. But Yearlet just sounds better.
Mm-hmm. What can you tell me about the history of the Eldari, if you're going to tell me anything about it?
I am afraid your life is too fleeting, and your memory too feeble to encompass the entirety of my knowledge. My people ruled the stars when yours did not even have a name. But many of our songs and stories were lost, stolen by she who thirsts. I can tell you the children of Asuryan lived, created, caressed the stars as if they were pearls on a string, until Cylon Thresh smothered our empire in her terrifying embrace.
Bunch of weird frog things made him to fight the Necrons.
Branches of the Eldari
And then they fucked the Chaos God into existence.
My ancestors chose an eternal journey through the starry void.
Is that how Chaos Gods come into being?
Instead of real
from
planets.
Weird frog things?
We rescued countless wonders from the days
I don't want to get into all that right now.
From all. You saw this on
That's
the
not a no, and that's
not
concerning.
Even we can always master the gates our ancient ones built. This is the story of the Azuriani. There are branches that chose a different path, gruesome and frightening. But I do not wish to tell you about them. That is our dark side, just as your kin have many dark sides of their own.
Keep mentioning He Who Thirsts. What can you tell me about her?
Why ask this question? Is it idle curiosity, or something else? Do not turn your thoughts towards Cylon Thresh, whatever your motive. She is downfall. She is hunger. She is the enemy of all that is good in the universe. She is an enemy to the Eldari, and I hope to you as well.
The Chaos God are the enemies of the Imperium. Which means they are
Going
my enemy.
dogmatic?
Is that dogmatic? That does sound dogmatic. Because they're talking about the Imperium.
Curiosity is curiosity. And this is my ship! Or just, yes, you're right, lady, I'll just shut up and be a quiet monkey.
But then she'll just continue disrespecting me, or at least she won't care about my opinion.
So nothing will change?
Yeah. I don't like dogmatic options. So there's nothing wrong with curiosity, idle or not. Knowledge is always a boon, including knowledge of one enemy.
It is the bait with which the enemy lures you in, urging you to come closer, one step after another. Be wary, Elantark. Your intentions may be noble, but they are sending you down a dangerous road.
I am worried that I'm going to tip over the edge of the dogmatic line. So I need to focus on more iconoclast options until I...
Or just accept that
Solidify
maybe
that.
the Imperium had it right all along.
I can't do that. I've learned what I wanted to know. Thank you. You have my gratitude.
As you wish.
You thought we were done?
Oh, there's still so many more
No, we
options.
have finished one!
I thought that was all of them.
We gotta do this for every character.
Oh, that's gonna take forever.
Yeah, it is.
So, hey, let me ask you some personal questions.
What do you wish to talk about?
How did you come to be on... No, I don't want to do that, because she was born there, right?
No.
No? How did you come to be on Janus?
The children of Asurion sought shelter on the Lilithon after the demise of our craft world.
Right, the Lilithon is
Rock.
Janus.
I arrived later, looking for traces of my kin and hoping to learn the fate of my world. They witnessed the baneful ignorance of your breed and began to weave a web of their own intrigues in which I played the role of Vistenza Viat's aide. And then you appeared.
Wait, a craft world's a spaceship?
Yes.
I
It's
thought
a
it was
really
an
big
artificial
spaceship.
planet.
It's a really big spaceship.
That has a different meaning to it. So that means they can just move it about as they wish if they need to.
Because they normally
Versus-
need to.
Sorry, I just clicked on the word craft world. I got distracted by that.
Big spaceship.
So tell me about yourself. Who were you before you came to Janus?
I followed my path. Do you know what a path is to the children of Asurion?
No?
It is more than a chosen, what do you call it, craft. The path is how each of us moves through the labyrinth of existence, inside and out, in life and in spirit. It is both a journey and a fortress. It protects us from she who thirsts. To stray from the path is to fall into her dark embrace. The first path I walked was the path of awakening. It granted me the ability not merely to look, but to see, and to take notice of what I saw. My second path could have been that of a warrior, but I chose differently. For the ability to see called me beyond the boundaries of my homeworld. Though not everyone was pleased by this decision, I stepped onto the path of the outcast. I gained the freedom to choose, to question, to doubt where the others merely bow before the wisdom of a Farseer who dictates the will of destiny. And I will follow my path until I reach its pinnacle.
Sounded like a designated purpose at first.
Eldari are very custom driven. They are what people think the Imperium is.
I see.
Meanwhile, the Drukhari are what people think chaos is.
So they're just a reflection of chaos versus the Imperium?
It's more the
in an alien manner.
Harsh order, where there can be nothing left outside of it, and harsh disorder, where the very concept of it is nothing outside of might makes right.
That makes plenty of sense to me.
As such, Craftworld Aldari are like, it's my path, I do this thing. Everything I do is around this thing that is ordained. As opposed to Drukhari, which is like, man, I want to wear fish hooks and rip that guy's skin off. Because it'll be fun.
And because he's stronger than them,
Yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah.
Because it's fun. Whereas Zaldari will get to the end of the path and then decide to change it.
And then hear somebody say, hey, yo, this is a dumb idea. And they'll, like, shun them. And no one will do anything. Because they're all immobilized by the Farseer's future sight that they can't look in front of them with their eyes.
So they wholly listen to whatever their leader being the Farseer, sees or says or tells them to do.
That's the idea.
I see. So what is it like being on my ship?
I may have stolen some papers from
No,
Henrik's
it's this.
desk. Don't tell him.
It feels like I am in the
I'm
belly
sure he
of a
didn't.
bird
There
with
was some
steel
notice they're
wings.
missing.
Cold and unliving,
I don't believe that to be true, sir.
stubbornly blazing through the dark. It lacks life with its light and beauty,
Oh,
but
Henrik must really hate
although
her.
your vessel cannot even remotely
Her
be
being
compared
Eurolet.
to a craft world,
Whenever you pick up
I feel strangely
certain
satisfied.
characters, you can literally
The
tell him to
Assyriani
take them away.
are born and dwell on craft worlds. To find myself on a moving world again, even one such
Probably
as yours,
Eurolet.
is a source
Probably
of much
Idira.
joy.
And we'll meet the others later.
And I haven't met anybody else that would follow under the Inquisition.
But you can do so and get some free dogmatic points.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That sounds great. I'll absolutely be doing that when the time comes.
You won't have to level them up anymore.
Okay,
That hint of, but wait a minute.
because I already
The words
just
of
go
truth
through and
sound
level
like
up.
music. This is what our people say.
Go through and level up Adira all the time, and I hate it. Tell me about your kin and your homeworld.
God, Irolette, Jay, Pascal, double checking everybody else, but those three haven't even been touched.
No, we haven't
I
really talked to
refuse
Pascal
to
either.
discuss this
Henrik.
We said
monarchy.
Pascal.
Also, maybe
Or
not.
Henrik.
We are but
God.
traveling companions.
We're gonna be here for a
bound
bit.
to be following the same road among the stars.
At
Do
least
not
they're all
try to
voiced.
get under my skin.
Woo, we get to
It
sit
will
here
not
and
work.
wait.
Yeah.
Instead of voicing it with about the same amount of time cost.
So sometimes you just paraphrase,
Eh,
and that works.
I wouldn't do it for these. These are like their characters' things, you know? These are the bits where you're like, I'm supposed to like them or not. And those are better the entirety. Instead of just, here's a necessary bit of information. Cool, let's move on.
Yeah, this is what defines who they are and how they are. Am I still unworthy of discussing your world and your kin?
Yes.
Okay.
Fucking monkey, what the fuck you asking? You'll get it later, or you won't.
We'll find out. What do you think is happening on Janus right now? I'm pretty sure there's an uprising.
Lilithon is purifying herself of the corruption brought by the servants of Cylon Thrash. Gardens and birds, animals and people. Many are
No, you
gone
gave it to the
forever,
AdMech.
and even more are corrupted beyond healing. But the Lilithon is stronger. This world will live.
We went back and killed that lady.
You gave it to the Magos biologist, remember? So it should be fine.
Yeah, no secret government here.
Under the watchful eye of my kin, the Lilithon could have regained her freedom, perhaps even awoken from her centuries of slumber. Could have. But now we will never know.
Okay, but they were crazy and wanted to kill us all. Or mind control us.
That's not... She's a little biased, sir.
They were servants of this Laundress.
Do not toss that
Why
accusation, sir.
I mean, she claimed that. No, herself. That they were servants of the Laundress.
No, those were the corrupted monkey that were ruling it. Not her people. The Aldari.
No. He's just claiming that the governor was a servant of the Laundress, not the Aldari.
Mm-hmm.
I will understand her bias and not mention anything further than I already have. Why did you agree to join me? Join me. Is it not strange for Aldari to be following a human? Since you seem to hate it.
The outcasts my path led me to had a saying. Let me translate it for you. If you fall off a cliff, grab the roots and do not ask if they belong to a weed or a noble rosebush. You are the root I grabbed, Ilantak. Because I fell off a cliff. My homeworld is gone. My kin are either dead or hiding no one knows where. By joining forces with you, I may be able to nurture a seedling of the truth I so deeply yearn for.
I was not paying attention.
Yeah, please pay attention. Don't click those.
I was not paying attention. I was about to just hit the next one. I'm just going to take my leave now. Please stay on my shift.
Yeah, don't step on those mines.
I'm going to make a save because I realize I don't want to just fumble and kick someone off for no reason.
The ice. Okay, it just went away.
Lord Captain.
Hey, blah.
Oh, I'd kick you out too. I hear you and Cassie exchanged words recently. What happened?
And who brought this piece of news to you, I wonder?
I don't know.
Then again, I have nothing to hide from you. Of late, the helmsmen have been going off course with increasing frequency, and the reports are full of contradicting accounts. The problem continued, even after several demotions were handed out, so I took it upon myself to investigate.
Okay.
I was astonished to learn that our Lady Navigator has been amending entries in the ship's log, and the officers have been keeping silent on her orders. I immediately demanded an end to the outrageous conduct, and I reprimanded Lady Cassier in front of the officers. She greeted my words with silence, and then quickly departed. I should not have acted thus. I never even found out what drove her to do it.
As long as you're reflecting on your action, that is fine. I do not understand what's going on.
Sir, she was mending the ship's log. She was going into what was happening and changing it.
She probably had her reasons.
Perhaps, but we don't know
go
what
ask her
they
about
are.
it in a second. That's why we have to go ask.
Just nothing
Go
to be
find out
mad
what
at
they were.
Abelard about, though.
So, Abelard, I've discovered that there were caches left by Theodora somewhere on Dargonis and Kiavagama. Do you know anything about them? Considering how close you are to Theodora.
It is wise for a rogue trader to have caches where they can safely
That
store
sounds like a no.
important information. And utterly unwise to share the coordinates of such caches with anyone, even one's most trusted associates. I'm afraid I do not know how to find the caches, but I can offer some help. Your predecessor used this numeric code to deactivate certain defense systems in her service. If I know Lady Theodora as well as I think, then I'm quite certain that she left her caches well guarded. In that case, this code will be useful to you.
Oh. Oh?
It'll just be another
nothing.
dialogue option.
Do I need to talk to him again?
No, like whenever we find the things.
I'll just leave
Lord
then.
Captain.
Hey, Miss Foxmaster, do you have anything? Your lines aren't voiced. I forgot about that.
Well, that's
My
just
personal
her,
log.
like, hello there.
Yeah. No, I wasn't saying you should read her. I just forgot that she didn't have a voice
Okay.
in general.
Even
my
though they
personal
are
log
the
say that
Voxmaster.
Yeah. You should have the loudest voice. The ship's Vox system is not functioning. Can you tell me why?
Lord Captain, the Vox system is functioning as expected and no communication problems have been reported by any of the crew. Please allow me to check the system's calibration settings in your presence to alleviate any concerns you may have about its performance. Bloop blap. Crackle crackle. Ah, finished. No issues detected. System is working as expected.
Thank you for your service, Mr. Stollerman.
Lord Captain.
And the
There's
Why
also the
was she
rumors
confused?
option. Because you're like, hey, your ship's... Hey, the fucking... The Vox system's broken. She's like, nah. Nah. What the fuck you talking about?
See, yeah, no, that
You didn't hit her
that
for the
makes-
rumors. You didn't hit Argenta for this future site either.
Argenta or Theodora
Idira.
or
Idira.
Idira. I assume to be the same.
Why? We're in chapter 2 now.
We're in chapter 2? Since when?
Since after Reichard Minoris.
Oh, right. I guess I'll go hit that.
Rumors.
I didn't hit rumors because I went to the journal to go look at them.
Rumors.
So, are there any rumors?
No.
No, okay.
Get out of here.
Yeah, no, I hit J to go to the journal to go look at rumors. Instead of actually asking her about rumors, which was the whole reason why I went to go talk to her. Has my future changed, Dira?
All right, let's hear what they're whispering about you. Hmm?
Sir, it's that sound we keep hearing, but louder.
Half-open door. I thought it was only open to crack.
It's a different thing.
Another road. The road begins at the threshold of the expanse and leads to the bowels of the emerging world.
Reading the threads of fate is not meant for you, slave of the enthroned corpse.
Sir?
Step into the embrace of doom.
Sir?
For thus was it preordained by the architect of fate.
Sir?
That isn't normal.
Sir?
I swear on everything that's holy. I don't know what the second road is or who watches over it, but I beg you, stay away from it.
Okay, bye-bye.
She just started spitting up maggots, apparently.
Bleh.
That melt and turn into smoke.
Guess they weren't
Okay.
real. Just like all the demons.
Okay, bye.
Of course. Always at your service. Whenever you need me.
Yeah.
Default goodbye. Oh man, there's also Capella.
She's just gonna cut us off real quick.
Well, if you walk
Yeah.
away and come back, she's gonna do it again. I
don't
think you
wanna talk to
enjoy this.
I don't want to talk to her.
Cabella's okay.
Hey, Heinrich, how are you doing? Oh, you have nothing to
I'm
say to me.
afraid that all of my dialogue is connected with the other quest and the start of the game. Sorry.
That's upsetting. Oh well. I'll come back later. Hey, Uwe, how are you? Can you talk now?
Weep whoop. happy. He's confused. He's repeating dialogue.
He is repeating dialogue. I just wanted to read this. It was replaced with a silver-plated Vox implant.
Well, yeah, she got him something that looks nice.
Words cannot describe how boring the bridge is without our stimulating conversations.
Oh, that's kicking her off the ship. Cool. If I kick her off the ship, would we have a navigator?
They'll find some NPC to do it.
Okay. I have heard rumors that you're not getting along well with the crew. Can you tell me why?
Panic flashes in her ruby red eyes, and your heart starts beating a little faster while your hands go cold.
Not here. I'm begging you. Aren't noblemen supposed to discuss such things away from the servants?
Ah. Then let us go to my study, where no one will disturb us. So we can
Then lead the way.
talk
and I
about
will
what's...
answer all of your questions.
What is it you wanted to talk about, Lord Captain? I have nothing to say to your unfounded accusations about my conflicts with the crew. I cannot recall me having a single quarrel with any of your people during my entire time aboard. You see, they didn't want to voice this, and whenever they're on the bridge, they have to have a voice. So now we're here, in a different load area.
That's the only reason why they brought us here, so that they didn't have to voice all of it.
Yeah.
Wait, she rebuked a messenger?
Very possible.
She had a falling out with Jay?
Very possible.
Okay.
Why do we have so many birds?
That's a really good question. It's what I was going to say for last, because it was a really good question. But since you've mentioned it, there's 100 different types of birds that are just sitting around. Why?
Admittedly, I am at a loss myself. The day we arrived on Footfall, I sent a request to the ship's quartermaster and asked him to bring me a songbird. But he never asked for clarification, and shortly before we left, I had a countless number of cages delivered to me, all wrapped in bright red panic, with flickering tints of fear. And there was a bird in every one. I was excited, though. I thought I would have 100 friends instead of just one. They were squeaking so piteously I let the poor things out, and fed them my breakfast and dinner. But the stupid ones wouldn't stop chittering even after bedtime. They were dashing about the room, smacking me in the face with their wings and defecating everywhere. I became angry, and suddenly they started pecking at each other's eyes and attacking me. And I became afraid, and they fell over dead. I do not think I want to keep pets anymore.
Fact that all her emotions affect literally everything around her,
Yes.
which includes animals and creatures, and if she is afraid herself, she'll just scare things to death.
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah. You have been willfully changing entries in the ship's log and forbidding officers from reporting it to Abelard.
I beg to differ. I read numerous books on Astronatars, and can swear on House Acelia's honor that your officers are entering the data in complete contravention of regulation. False terms, random distances between lines, spelling mistakes, and even the simplest of words. I spent my last few cycles correcting the latest log entries, and I thought it would please Master Abelard, as he is so fond of order.
Are you dyslexic?
And yet the Seneschal did not appreciate my efforts, for some reason called them an outrage. Even though mere days before he had been swaddling me in warm yellow words. I noticed all your people do this when they are expressing sympathy. I merely wanted to repay the Seneschal with the same courtesy. Perhaps he finds my friendliness off-putting?
You must have had quite the falling out with Jay if she's threatening to kill you. Because she's threatening to kill you for some reason.
We didn't... That is our private business. The issue was between me and Lady J. Lord Captain, please pay it no heed. We made our peace long ago, and I will have you know, no one threatened me. Your information is incorrect.
I'm pretty sure he talked to a messenger. The messenger rebuked, butchered his own family, and then killed himself.
I haven't rebuked a single errand boy on this ship. Wait, I think I remember a kind young man with a shy smile and skillful fingers with too much rotten oak around his shoulders. I grew tired of the disgusting color and advised him to lighten his burden by casting the weight off his shoulders. He did not come the next day. Or ever.
He doesn't know how to people, is what I'm understanding. Which makes sense since she was locked away for so long.
Well, she's very good at peopling, actually. But she has issues with her own emotional control.
She can see the emotions of people, but doesn't mean she knows how to actively interact with them as if she couldn't.
She knows them and understands them, but they're not so great with dealing with them.
Mm-hmm. During the warp voyage, you gave the wrong orders, led to the vessel shifting off course, and the service bay being destroyed.
I saw something in the warp. Something vast, predatory, shimmering with indescribable colors. It came from nowhere and stared at the ship with hundreds of hungry eyes, right there in our path. I decided to change the course while it was still possible, but did not want to sow panic. Would it have been better to tell the crew we were heading straight into a monster-scaping maw?
Okay, fair. That's her job. That's what she's supposed to do. The officers are reluctant to be quartered next to your chambers because the constant emotional outbursts it causes. Some even maim themselves to another.
I already told you I cannot control my abilities. What else do you want from me? Will I be assigned a pariah chaperone? Or will you put me in suppressing shackles?
I think I've heard enough from you.
Will you share your thoughts? Go to your room and stay there forever.
You have a kind soul, but difficulty reaching out to people. I could teach you the art of communication if you'd like. Sorry, I realized I didn't read any of the other ones.
It's like you're reading that one awfully quickly, and I know how long it takes for you to read.
I'm sorry. That's the one that seemed the most yes to me. So that's the one I read first. And that's the one I'm going with.
That would be wonderful. My education on Urek 5 was cut short, but I had realized by then that the wisdom of books is a poor substitute for the wisdom of experience. Very well. Since we are done with this misunderstanding, I would like to change the subject. It should only be fair for me to ask you a few questions now, wouldn't it? Do not mistake me. I'm not going to accuse you of anything. It's just that you're the most worthy interlocutor. What the fuck is that word? Interlocutor? As in locutus interlock. Fuck. Okay. Interlocutor in the entire ship. And you're always so busy.
Oh, what would you like to ask?
I read a treatise by Pius de Mobis very recently, who claimed that subjects would never believe their new ruler was better than the old one, unless the old one had been a tyrant. No matter the circumstances, the lowborn rabble become deluded about their prospects and revel in favor of their base desires. What do you make of that?
These are so many words. Unjust unwanted laws that gradually as you would shift the bed of a flooded river, and no one will ever take power from you, is the lower Imperium one. Commerce says lower the tax. Buy their happiness by lowering tax.
Give them money.
Persuasion is you have to convince them that a sovereign that they want you to abuse their power. and blessed her babies? And then 4 is the flirty option. Okay.
They were staring into her eyes. They picked a couple, they do not know which ones. I'm afraid I don't know that, man.
Yeah. So, lore, Imperium, your interpretation of this classic text is not entirely correct. The subjects have grown accustomed to the ruling house. All the sovereign must do is refrain from breaching long-standing traditions. Adjust unwanted laws, as gradually as you would shift the bed of a flooded river. And no one will ever take your power from you.
Because you're not doing anything with it.
No, you're just slowly manipulating them so they don't notice that there's any change.
Indeed. I was not wrong about your merits, or your ability to hold a conversation. I hope my second question does not confound you either.
Why are you asking so many questions? I say despite asking you like 5 just now.
It's my turn. According to the 20 tomes penned by the preacher Ostyafir the Forgotten, mercy and cruelty go through the world hand in hand, but people flock to only the one pen on the scales. Would you rather inspire fear in your followers, or be magnanimous and choose awe?
This time they're all reliant on me. Last time I was able to use Airless to help.
I think that was Jay that you ended up using.
It was Jay that I ended up using. I'm not afraid of acquiring a reputation for ruthlessness. I don't want to do that.
Crush the rebellions, destroy them all. Restraint and leniency. Or the one that I feel like might come along. What?
Wait, what were you saying?
Well, I'm looking at the chances and I'm thinking I know what's going to end up happening here.
You know that I'm going to go choose the fellowship one because that will give me the best chance of success.
Oh, so if you read it, it's not bad.
One must be a tyrant, a friend, and a jester to one's subject. What matters is that to clearly discern which role is required at a given moment.
There is much power in your words. Power that makes me want to join you. I understand now why your subjects are eager to follow you. 106 experience!
That's quite a bit of experience for such an easy option.
I was afraid we were too different, and yet you helped me realize I can be candid with you. Good, that's enough. Stop speaking.
Please do continue. Just tell me everything you have to say now so I don't have to come back to you later.
We have to get all this done in one big burst. I must confess that sometimes I can hardly bear the burden the house has placed upon me. I feel I am not doing my best. Tell me how you, heir to a protectorate, can bear the responsibility for billions of lives day after day and not stoop under all the weight.
It's not always easy, but I try to lead the dynasty towards prosperity by worthy means.
Thank you for your patience, Simon. You are helping me to see the world in different colors. A novel experience for me. Our conversations hold a special place in my heart. Allow me to bid you farewell for now. I'm heading back to my chambers to consider today's conversation.
Okay. Just wanna leave me here.
Yes.
This is not where I was just a minute ago. This is not where I want to be.
But we still got ghosts, so don't worry about it. Hey, you got a new Xeno hat. You got a new Xeno hat. Probably not, but maybe.
Do you have a new Xeno hat?
I think I saw Medina smash that guy's body in half. Oh, and a Forge Fiend.
Oh, we took his head too.
Excellent. Just keep collecting heads.
I will try anything at this point to see if it will fix things, so I'm just gonna take a bath real quick. Hey, prepare me a bath.
But which companion are you bringing in here with you? And no, I'm not joking. As a matter of fact, you should do this with everyone. There are no repercussions.
I really should do this with everyone at some point.
There is no repercussions. You've also never done the relax bit.
No, I have not.
Do that one first.
Do that one last. Because that ends it.
No.
No?
No.
Oh, relax and close your eyes. Blah, blah, blah. I'm relaxed.
Troubles, worries, loss, such things do not belong in this newly established dominion of tranquility. There are only the infinite waters of weightlessness, in which, stripped of all things superficial, the mind of Simon von Valancius drifts in silent bliss. It is a conscious mind. What fills this consciousness?
Thoughts of those who keep him afloat in this water. Who will drown? Who will he manage to pull to the surface?
The strands of fate are fragile, yet woven together they are strong. No one will be forgotten.
I wish to see someone from my retinue.
Who you want?
Cassia, I want her to paint my portrait.
That's like the one that's a hard sell.
What do you mean?
She's the one person that's like, but you're bathing.
Yeah, but she could paint me a picture.
But you're bathing.
The perfect time for a picture. Eurolette might try to stab me. You know what? Heinrich and Argento might try to stab me as well. So Cassia, I want her to paint me a portrait.
I hope your stats are ready.
I hope so too.
Lord Captain, it is most improper for us to be conversing in your bath chamber. I cannot believe you want me to paint a picture of you disrobed. I can't. It's scandalous. This goes beyond every standard of decency.
There's a minus 60.
You have done this to yourself, sir. I told you not to.
You're right. I have. And there's nothing I can do to get this positive or succeed. Oh well. Do you mean to tell me that my body is more hideous than all the horrors of the warp? After all, you do not shy away from... If I say, perhaps the fourth one, can we get a chance later on?
Maybe.
Perhaps you're right. Maybe this was not such a good idea.
I wish you a pleasant bath, Lord Captain.
I'll call for her later. You two get in here. I require company and pleasant conversations.
You mean us, your lordship?
Oh, hi, Medina.
Hello.
There is no need to be shy. Relax with me for a moment.
Orders received, your lordship. We will commence relaxation immediately. They sit down and have tubby time.
Very awkward about it.
What would you like to speak about, your lordship? We await your orders.
Tell me about yourselves. Do you have other responsibilities besides guarding these chambers?
For hundreds of years, our clan has been responsible for ensuring the road trader's safety during times of leisure and relaxation. I guard the bath chamber just as my grandmother did before me. She trained me herself and instructed me in my duties. This bath chamber can be more dangerous than a battlefield sometimes. You can slip on a wet tile, choke, and drown. If the water's too hot, you can burn yourself, and too cold, then you can freeze. There have even been cases where angry machine spirits have released sparks of their fury into the water. And of course, numerous assassination attempts in.
It is reassuring to know my enforcers are prepared for anything.
We live to serve, your lordship. We'll keep you safe.
What do you do in your free time?
When off duty, we train, maintain our equipment, and pray at regulation improvement intervals. If we do have some time to ourselves, we might play some Tantalo, and Bran over here carves things out of soap scrapes. Though for the most part, we barely get enough time for rest, let alone leisure.
I demand a demonstration, Bran.
Sure. Chop 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 chop.
Oh, wow. I will have this place in my study. Such a great soap.
Not worthy of such an honor. Thank you, Lordship.
You seem tense. The orders are to enjoy some of this food in Amsac. Relax.
Food, they eat.
Cool. You may relax here until I'm finished bathing.
We'd consider it a great honor, your lordship, but please do not tell the master-at-arms who joined your ablutions. Mistress Sourbeck will beat us bloody if she finds out.
Finish your absolution. Feel revitalized. Bath time is over and I still have to warp it.
Hush. Damn it. It wasn't there for me yet.
I knew they were coming back. I had hoped that they wouldn't.
Alright, we still got a lot to go through, but we're at about an hour. I'm making a cut. Fuck off. Woo.
Sure you don't want to make it all one episode?
Nah.
Alright.